The 80-year-old mother drank poison to end her life, but her children danced in celebration. They called the funeral a joyful send-off, unaware that the mother was watching them through her own portrait. Back then she came to the city to live with her son, but her daughter-in-law made her change shoes at the door, and even laid a white cloth over the couch, afraid the rural mother would dirty her furniture. The mother didn't want to hurt her son's marriage, so she silently endured it all. Before she could even eat, the daughter-in-law asked when she was moving to a nursing home. At that moment the mother knew. She had become a burden. She didn't touch a bite of food, and after the daughter-in-law washed everyone's dishes, she barely rinsed the mother's bowl. When she saw the mother's handkerchief drying on the sofa, she angrily threw down the mop, then used tongs to grab it, and tossed it on the windowsill with disgust. The mother looked at her with sadness, and quietly stuffed the damp cloth back into her pocket. In that entire family, only the granddaughter who just graduated treated her kindly. She carefully washed her grandma's hair, and said she didn't want to stay in that house forever. Encouraged by her grandma, she packed her bags and left for a better life, but her leaving made the mother a target. When the daughter-in-law started yelling at her, all she could do was pray to the gods to protect her granddaughter. After everything that happened, the mother no longer felt she had the right to stay. The daughter-in-law threw away her bowl in front of her. Her son said he didn't want her to leave, but handed her cloth shoes anyway. She watched as her bedding was stuffed into a trash bag, and could only let out a heavy sigh. The moment her son walked her out the door, the daughter-in-law ripped off the white cloth from the sofa. She threw all the mother's belongings into the trash. Even her old slippers were tossed away. The mother had no choice but to return to the village, spending her days with other lonely elderly folks. Every night she would kneel before the altar, praying for her children's safety. When she was young she raised 6 kids by begging, but now this was how it all ended. One day she collapsed at her doorstep. Only then did her children reluctantly come home. They pulled together $2,000, planning to send her to a nursing home, but the home had no beds available, so they had to take turns caring for her. The son used a cart to bring her back home, but the mother's heart still carried deep sorrow.